Welcome back, everybody, to our meditation group. Is that coming through okay? You all right? Oh, fine. I've got the sound system on because I'm not sure of the carrying of the voice. But if you can all hear me, that's lovely. So it's nice to see you here again in our church and to share together in our meditation group. So we're going to begin our meditation with a few moments of relaxation. So straight back posture, feet on the floor, and we'll close our eyes, a few deep breaths, relax the muscles in the body, and then when I sound the gong, we'll bring in the sacred word, the mantra, Maranatha. Everybody okay? Yeah? All right. Hello, Caroline. Nice to see you. So, I thought we'd spend a moment reflecting on what it feels like to have come back in person to the group and how it's been for you whilst you've been away. Yeah, yeah. I hope the pre-recorded sessions were of use to you. That's good. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. So, I thought about the way in which our meditation functions and what it does to us. I've just got today some new hearing aids, and I can hear a whole lot more than I did before, which is really quite strange. So finally I can hear women speak, because it's the top end frequencies that I lose, and it's really quite a marked difference in the way in which we hear things. The stuff is still there, but we're not connecting with it. In my particular case, there's a certain set of frequencies that I find very difficult, and that's what the hearing aids are for. And I can hear them now really, really strongly, and that's quite strange. And it got me thinking: since the restrictions on the lockdown have been relaxed, we're able to get back to the family house over in Carsavine. And in previous years, all of the grass verges would have been treated with the weed killer. Yeah? But when we get back this time, all the grasses have grown in the space down the lane. Yeah? And guess what? We're beginning to find rare flowers in amongst all the grasses, which wouldn't have been there in previous years. So we've been able to examine and admire these rare flowers, and we've discovered there's an app which you can upload the sightings of flowers into the national database. So we've become citizen scientists. Apparently they call themselves citizen scientists, which is great. And it got me thinking also about the way in which we experience the restrictions that we've had these past few weeks. The ability we've had, well, the imposition, shall I say, of restrictions upon our way of life have curtailed the activities we would usually do. And I don't know about you, but for me, it's meant that things have slowed down. There's a lot less going on, a lot less pressure, not nearly so many emails or meetings or things like that. And that slowing down has made it possible to see things and observe things that we would have passed by before. So that sense of being able to relax a bit more and to focus on things that we would have driven past quickly or rushed by on our way to something else. You know, the diary, the clock, the computer have not been nearly so demanding, not nearly so much in control. And that likens to the way our meditation functions. Because when we engage in our meditation and we give it the regular practice that we're invited to do, that slowly our ability to see things that were always there but we always passed them by. So as we go deep into our meditation, during the time of our meditation, what we find is that there are little things that pop out into our awareness. As they pop out into our awareness, we notice them, whereas before, whilst they would try to pop out, there'd be too much heavy noise and too much activity in the way. So these little things pop out, and they sometimes are important little things that want to alert us to something, or they're interesting little things that draw our attention to some aspect that we had forgotten about. So that ability to relax deep in the spiritual places of our being and to be ready to receive this information, these insights that come, is crucial to the quality of our meditation. The ability to do that, to settle and relax. And it reminds me of something that somebody said the other day. A person meditating in Vietnam during the Vietnam War. And they found that the greatest peace and silence came to them in the midst of the worst bombing that was going on around. And that's a profound insight. The way in which we're able to leave outside all of that terrible noise and activity and to focus inwards, and the ability to do that, the body and our inner being, our true self takes over. And what it does, it provides us with the tranquility where we can get deep peace come into our experience, no matter how many bombs are going on out there. So that capacity to be able to focus is what comes from the practice of meditation. We don't create the experience, we allow space for it. So in our meditation, as we practice it, the things take care of themselves, and our ability to allow that to happen is made greater by the practice of the meditation. So that's why practicing regularly is so important. Because when we practice regularly, even for short periods of time, we're able then to allow these moments, and they come more regularly as they happen in our meditation, until such time as in our waking moments, in our focus on the outside world, it happens then as well. So even in the midst of the struggle and the strife that we have in our daily lives, these moments of insight and peace and calm will poke their way through all of that noise, so that we may be going about our daily business, we may be stressed, we may be overactive, too much demand placed upon us, and these little moments will poke their noses in, if you will. They will find a way through, and they will draw our attention to them, and that will then give us the capacity to be present without being overwhelmed by those things that go on. So that is part of the benefit of our meditation, part of the experience that we have when we practice our meditation, and that quality comes through more often in our moments of deep activity, because we've allowed for it through the meditation, through the regularity of the meditation that we've had. So that when you have them, take note of them and be thankful for them, but don't try and hold on to them. Because if you try and hold on to them, then they won't come so easily the next time. So as with everything in our meditation, as my guru, my teacher taught me, in our meditation, don't much mind what happens. Just pass on. Just move on. Don't much mind what happens, whether it's good or bad. And that's great advice to be able to incorporate. And that gives us the capacity during our daily lives of busyness not to much mind what happens, because the quality of our meditation has given us the insight, the instinct to be able to engage with the deeper self and allow all of that to wash over us so that it doesn't intrude and we can handle it. It doesn't affect us deeply because what we have deep inside us is more strong and more powerful. So these are the qualities we're learning to allow to come out because we practice the meditation. So So we'll end our session there, and we will continue again next week at the same time here in church, and hopefully we will be able to then keep this new way of doing our group going until such time as we get a proper handle on how to conduct our lives with the coronavirus still being present in our community, but not nearly so troublesome to us in the future. So thank you all for attending. Yeah, and it's lovely to see you all. Okay, and if you have any of the little hand gel with you, then just rub it around where you've put your hands on the pews, and we will clean up after ourselves, as it were. So it's lovely to see you all, and God bless you. Right. Bye bye. You're very welcome.